It's just one of those hits, you know, like when you need a bit of guidance, when you need an intuitive hit, when you need a confirmation of some sort. You can read the front, you can read the back only, or you can read both. And I find them super fun. Hubba hubba. You know that dreamy look of deep soulful love? You've sometimes seen it in the eyes of another as they gaze into your own. Expect a lot more of it. Woohoo! The universe. Forgive. You find what you seek. You are destined for greatness on the wings of love. Yeah, so this is one of those ones that I find myself always reaching for when I'm... Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel, The Importance of Temperance. I'm Katie, and I hope that wherever you are in the world, you're doing super well. So tonight I thought I'd jump on and do a take on one of those oracle card tags that have been going around. So I know that Simon from the Hermit's Cave has just done top 10 oracle cards ever, and I think that Spirit of Avalon has done one too. Now what I'm going to do is my own take on that tag, for the simple fact that I don't have a massive oracle card collection, and I've only been on my journey for a couple of years, so I don't really know a lot of oracle card decks, and I haven't used a lot of them, so I can't really come to the table bringing, you know, or saying, you know, my top 10 oracle cards ever, because I have not had the opportunity of using a lot of oracle card decks, exploring oracle card decks, and I don't have a lot of oracle card decks in my collection. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the ones that I reach for the most. Okay? So I hope that that's kind of like keeping on brand, but, you know, coming from my own point of view. I guess that I have like about maybe 15, 20 oracle card decks in my collection, but the ones that I reach for the most is, above all, without question, even if I try to put it aside and use other oracles, is this one. And it's the Oracle of the Radiant Sun. Now, I do not know why I love this oracle deck so much. It's more of an astrological deck, realistically. So its aim is actually to teach you about astrology. It's about the house. So that number up there is the house. And then it's talking about Jupiter in Cancer. Cancer being 4th house, and then it kind of gives you, you know, the explanation in the booklet, means what that personality type is all about. I didn't really get this deck for that purpose. I fell in love with imagery. I like old school, old world imagery, and I also love this deck because in this old school, old world imagery, there is a lot of alchemical representation. And I don't so much read the cards in an astrological way, so to speak. I read it just as my intuition calls me to. I will sometimes rely on kind of the meanings in the second house, but more or less I kind of have a look at that. If that's a 2, to me that's like a number 2. What does a 2 in numerology mean? And so on and so forth. I will pick up a bit on what that means, but more than anything else, I just love the imagery. And I also use the keywords as a focus. So I would sort of ask maybe, what's my focus for today? What's my word for today? And then that word will come up, that keyword, and I will then base it on that more than anything else. So for some reason, and I don't know why, I can't really explain it, but this is the oracle that I reach for the most and is part of my spiritual practice on most days. I did put it aside for about a month, but I've just brought it back out because I just need that extra reinforcement. There are a lot of cards here, so there's all different words and there's a lot of information that these cards bring forth. There's a lot in the imagery that you can take from, and so for some reason I am drawn to these cards and I love them. And yeah, so that's the number one oracle that I reach for in my spiritual practice. The next one is the Sacred Destiny Oracle. These are maybe, I think, one of my first oracle decks or second oracle decks that I bought, and I love these cards. I was drawn by the backs. I find these backs stunning, and the imagery and the keywords in this deck very clear to me. Like it speaks to me. I get it. I don't have to refer to the book. A lot of the time you can just have a look at the image and with a keyword and you just go, yeah, got ya, you know. And I love this oracle deck. I make myself work with other oracle decks, but for some reason this is the one that I absolutely gel with. It gets me, it gives me really poignant messages, and I enjoy so much using. I mean, look at this. It's such a beautiful card. So this is maybe the second most reached for oracle deck in my collection, and it is one that I have a really good relationship with, in the sense that I get it, it gets me, it gives me those intuitive messages that I need. Like, I use my oracle decks as confirmation more than anything else, so it works in tandem with my tarot. So I don't predominantly use my oracle cards to read with. They just are an addition, a confirmation, a delucidation of what, you know, that message is all about. The third one that I reach for and I absolutely love, this is my first oracle that I've ever purchased, is the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck, or Shaman, I can never pronounce that word. This is so beautiful, this deck. It's absolutely stunning. I saw the artwork, I just fell in love with the artwork. I knew nothing about it. It was right at the start of my tarot journey, and it just called to me. This is the deck that I use to do ancestor work with, getting in touch and connecting with Gaia, that kind of work, right? I also have, for some reason, and I feel that I was a Native American back in one of my past lives. I've had some very interesting meditations with what's happened and how the, you know, Native Americans were treated and all that sort of stuff. So I've done some deep work with one of my past lives, and I don't know if I was a shaman in one of the tribes. I don't know if I was some sort of warrior, but I know I have a warrior spirit within me, and I definitely have an affinity and a connection with Native Americans. And so because this deck embodies First Nations, be that the Native Americans or be that the Maya and the Incas, and the native tribes of South America, Central America, and also, you know, going all the way up to the Inuit, and also to the Aborigines here in Australia. I do have an affinity with tribes, the First Nations and the land guardians, because, you know, here in Australia, the Aborigines are the First Nation, and they are the ones that live on the land and look after the land, and they have a tradition of being the sacred keepers of the land and the dream time, and it's very interesting. So, a long story short, this is what this deck and I have in common. It's bringing me back to that kind of earthiness, connection to land, connection to Gaia, connection to elements, and it's a beautiful, beautiful deck. It's so gorgeous, and I love it. So this is another deck that I always reach for clarity, but also when I want to do connection to my roots, connection to Gaia, connection to ancestors. Now, another one I always reach for is this one here, Notes from the Universe on Love and Connection. Now, when I want to ask the universe for guidance, or I want to ask Spirit or my team of highest light and resonance for guidance, I always reach for this deck. I think it's super fun. It's a deck by Mike Dooley. He kind of says here, a deck of 60 cards to light your path. Whether you want to find romance, keep all your relationships fresh and fulfilling, or simply understand that you are deeply loved right now, always follow your heart unless it's been broken. Then you must lead it back into love, the universe. So he's kind of written them in a way like it's a love note from the universe, okay? And it's in two parts. So you've got like the front one, and then you've got the back. So for instance, there's a deeper reason for each of your questions. Seek it. And on the back it says guidance, attention, help, maybe, love, always, criticism, never. The question was, what to give others, if anything at all? Isn't it fun being you, the universe? Prepare to be astounded. And then on the back, send them love, wish them peace, see them happy, everyone, always, forever, and prepare to be astounded, the universe. P.S. Oh man, and you will ever become a big time manifester. It's just one of those hits, you know, like when you need a bit of guidance, when you need an intuitive hit, when you need a confirmation of some sort. You can read the fronts, you can read the back only, or you can read both. And I find them super fun. Hubba hubba. You know that dreamy look of deep soulful love? You've sometimes seen it in the eyes of another as they gaze into your own. Expect a lot more of it. Woohoo! The universe. Forgive. You find what you seek. You are destined for greatness on the wings of love. Yeah, so this is one of those ones that I find myself always reaching for when I need injection of good energy, good vibes. It's fun. It's cute. And it's profound as well, if you know what I'm saying. Time for a love fest, people. Oh, and by the way, I sort of like, I did edge it with all different colors because it is a very colorful deck. All right, let's see if I can get that back in the thing. And then, last but not least, I love this oracle deck. It's a little bit different from normal. I haven't seen it online. I haven't actually seen anyone use this, to be honest. It is based on the Voynich manuscript. It is by Priestess Moon. And so it says Enchanted Unicorn Oracle, but they're not like real unicorns, if you know what I mean. Look at these beautiful backs. I've edged it in red. There are these crazy unicorn kind of plant mixture of creatures on here. So you've got 1000, you've got deep understanding, and then it will have a symbol here. And in the book it will kind of like, you know, give you more of information about the plants that it represents and the message. You've got shroom, right? Think outside the box. So you can sort of see that this is our hippie unicorn there. Invention, brilliant new ideas. Greenwood, the awakening. So every kind of sort of like unicorn has an association with a flower. It will be written here. So Rhizema iridis probably is an iris, and then in the book it will give you a little bit of spiel about the plant and its properties. And I mean, look at this gloriousness, gloriously human. And I think this is such an amazing deck. It's so fun, and it's so uplifting. It's actually real, and it's just colorful and fun, and you know, something that you need from an oracle deck to give you a bit of a boost. Anahata, which is your heart chakra. Love without judgment. So yeah, this is another one of my most favorite and treasured oracle decks, which I reach for pretty much all the time because it just gives me joy and it makes me feel the love, and it's weird and wonderful and different, and I'm here for that. All right, so guys, I hope you enjoyed that short video about what are the oracle decks that I reach for, and hopefully I have shown you some decks that you might not have seen before or thought of using or not known about. So on that note, thank you so much for liking, for watching, for subscribing, and to my next one. Ta-da.